I'd be willing to bet if you asked him, Frank, that he wouldn't trade being a part of this, playing for a District 1 championship.
Either, Jim.
And if you read the interview in the paper with him, he said that earlier in the year he had trouble handling coming off the bench. But now he realizes how much he likes being a part of a team. Eagles bringing the ball in to start the quarter. You don't want to see him losing up. There goes Thompson, and we have a foul on Bumaski.
Glen Mills back into a 2-3 zone, and I'll tell you, I don't think Glen Mills likes the transition game.
And there's a bad foul. Thompson was a little bit off balance. That was not the shot he wanted to get, and it's a good foul. Foul was on Bumaski.
But you know, Glen Mills,
first foul.
First they wanted a slow game, then they thought they could play the fast game. Now they want to slow it down.
Thompson shooting two. First shot is up and good. That's the 10th point for Jeff Thompson here in the early going, as he's the spark the Eagles need, hitting that jump shot from 10, 12 feet from the basket, and that's the shot that's going to make a difference tonight. If they can stay hot, if Evans can get shot. Thompson with both. Eagle lead out to 7 here in the early going, 2013. Allen breaks the press. Mike Evans coming down to pick him up. There goes the pass deep. Bumaski into Robinson, who is back in the lineup. Kavillion underneath. Throws up a jumper.
Oh.
Good. And Glen Mills is backed off the press. There goes a steal.
Oh, that's what Norristown cannot afford.
And that was Flowers, who usually does not give up the ball that way, but there was a blind pass, bad pass. Flowers on the move to Simmons. Simmons finds Evans. Evans on the move to the basket. Finds Ramsey underneath. Ramsey misses the layup. Bothered by Bumaski, and you got to make those layups. Eagles by 3. Allen with the ball coming down. Simmons picking him up high.
This is one game where Norristown can't afford to have anyone having an off night.
There's Kavillion, ball almost taken. Underneath the Ghostin, jump shot, turnaround, no good. Simmons in to get the board.
I don't know if you noticed, Jim, but he was planted in the lane there well longer than 3
Flowers
seconds.
to Ramsey again. Ramsey just misses,
Priest
but he's
just
fouled.
has to start putting those in.
Yeah, that's at least 3 layups so far, and a tough shot, though. He's got a guy on his back.
Well, he doesn't just have a guy on his back, he's got a giant on his back, and he knows it, and that has to affect your shooting. So you got to feel sorry for Priest out there. He knows what he's up against, and he's certainly doing the best he can. I just hope he makes this foul shot to give himself a little confidence.
That was the second foul on Kavillion. First shot up by Ramsey is no good. Steps off the line, gets a pat in the back. There by Binky Johnson, who is back in the ball game now. Ramsey ready with his second. Shot is up, around, no good. And somebody was in the lane for Glen Mills, and Ramsey would get another shot. Yeah, a shot now would do wonders for his confidence.
Needs it.
What you don't want to see is Priest thinking that he has to do everything for the team when, you know, there he is. And yep.
All right, Priest needed that one.
Good shot,
Let's hope
Priest.
he can keep it up.
21-17, Eagles by 4. 6 minutes and 43 seconds left here in the first period. Kavillion to Bumaski, Eagles with their press. There goes the pass. Thompson and Ramsey both battling for that.
Glen Mills just leaves one of their giants down there under the basket, and it's so dangerous. They can make that long pass, and they know their man's going to get up higher than one of our men.
You got to throw that one up high, and that gives Norristown a chance to recover. There goes Allen from outside. No good. Ball out of bounds. Knocked out by Mike Epps, who is back in the ball game. And so far, Frank, the Eagles are holding their own on the board. They appear to be boxing out real well. Johnson on the dribble coming up. Flowers. And they've been handling the press pretty well, too. There goes Flowers. Breaks the press. Finds Johnson. Johnson on the move to Ramsey underneath. No good. Ramsey up again. No good.
And Ramsey's getting upset with himself. Look, he's not getting back on defense. He's got to shake it and get back
Robinson.
there.
Robinson with a left-hand jump shot. No good. Rebound Evans. Up high. Evans on the dribble. Finds Flowers. Flowers coming up. Round the back dribble. Over to Thompson. Thompson with a jumper. No good. Rebound by Allen underneath. And Ramsey may be a little tired right now. Mayers is up off the bench. Long shot from the corner. Kavillion. Yes. And there's a three-pointer for the Bulls. Flowers to Johnson. Johnson to Flowers, and Norristown calls a timeout. Good timeout for the Eagles.
Yes, I think they had to call that timeout because I think they have to get Ramsey on the bench so he settles down a little bit. He's upset with himself for missing those shots, and as I said, it's understandable. He's under there with a couple giants on his back.
He's being harassed, but you got to just forget that. You take your shot, and you hope they come over your back. Robinson has 2 fouls. You get the 3rd foul on him, and you can get him out of this ball game, and that is a big help.
Well, he's getting the shot. We just got to hope he starts putting it in the bucket.
Yeah, Richard Mayers is in there now, and what you hope is that whoever goes into the paint there, whether it's Mayers or whether it's Thompson's, get those same opportunities.
Well, Mayers come off the bench all year and done a heck of a job. He's like a good relief pitcher on a baseball team. He comes in, and he doesn't need time to warm up, so I hope he's the same way tonight.
It'll be the Eagles ball in front of their own bench. Eagles are up 21-20, 5 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first half. And this has been a game of movements here. Norristown will go out by 6 or 7. Glen Mills will creep back. You'd like to see the Eagles go out like that and not let them back in the ball game. Thompson from the corner, in and out. There goes Mayers on the rebound. Ball no good. Thompson battling. There's Mayers again. Ball taken away by Epps. And Epps has been doing a good job. Over in the hands of Allen. Allen moving down court. Allen on the left-handed dribble to Johnson, to Robinson. Robinson over to Epps. Epps on the fake, takes the jump shot up. He's got it. And the Bulls go back into the lead, 22-21. And it's Epps coming in with 7 points. And he's coming off the bench, and he's done a heck of a job. Goes the ball to Johnson, jump shot up, no good. Thompson on the rebound, around, he's got it.
Well, somebody other than just Jeff Thompson is going to have to get hot. The Eagles have missed quite a few shots in the last couple minutes.
The encouraging thing is that with Thompson with his 13, the Eagles aren't all hitting, but they're staying right in there. Ball blocked. There goes the shot.
Hey,
nice
what is
play.
an up and down call? He went up and down with the ball.
Jeff
The ref
Thompson
missed it.
blocked it. There goes Mike Evans on the move with a fake. He's going to come back outside. Finds Mayers. Mayers goes outside. Ball thrown away. And Eagles don't want those turnovers. They handled the ball pretty well so far.
Evans was open for that 10-foot jump shot on the baseboard. He didn't take it. I don't know why. He's got to take that shot.
Now, the moment he thinks he's going to have a hand in his face, we know that. Here comes Glen Mills, trailing by 1. To Allen, over to Cavilion outside. Over to Allen. Allen to Epps. Epps on the move. Finds Cavilion. Cavilion fakes the dribble, comes up high to Allen. Allen on the dribble. There goes the pass underneath to Golston. Ball stolen this time by Mike Evans, and the Eagles keep that tough defense underneath. Johnson on the drive. Johnson continues to move. Fakes to Mayers. Mayers with the block.
There it is again. We're getting our shots underneath. But
there's a ball down to Cavilion. Cavilion from outside. He's got it. 2 points, and Cavilion starting to heat up. Cavilion now also with 7 points for Glen Mills. Johnson up court to Flowers. Flowers over to Thompson. Thompson with a jumper. He's got it. Eagles 25, Bulls 24.
Well, it's been all Thompson for Norristown, but he's going to need some help to keep Norristown in this ball game.
15 points of the 25 for Thompson. There goes Allen outside. Long shot up, no good, strong. Rebound back, controlled by Allen. Allen on the left-handed dribble, underneath. Ball
now, Jim,
knocked
look
out
at the number of men. Look at the number of Glen Mills men who were in that lane. There was a 3-second violation there, an obvious 3-second violation, and the refs are missing it.
Crawley in for Glen Mills, Simmons in for Norristown. Smart substitution by Cresswell. Don't let Johnson get that 3rd foul here in the first half. And Simmons has proven that he can do the job. There goes Epps. Epps over to Allen. Allen across to Cavilion. They don't want to let him shoot. Jumper up, around, no good. And Mike Evans up off the board, and Evans is doing a good job on the board. To Simmons. Simmons moving up. Finds Thompson. Thompson on the move. Around, no good. Ball out of bounds, knocked out by Glen Mills. Norristown to control.
Norristown's getting their shots,
rebounds.
Jim. They're just going to have to up their shooting percentage.
Ball deep in the hands of Evans. Evans coming around with a right-hand dribble, up top of the circle, to Flowers, back to Simmons, up above the key. Over to Thompson, Thompson to Mayers, fakes, gives back to Simmons. Simmons on the dribble with a long jumper, up, and Louis Simmons!
And Norristown needed that one. Lou did that in the Chester game, and it brought him back.
Glen Mills guys battling with the ball, out of bounds on Simmons.
Well, Lou was begging for the ball. He was begging the ref, but the ref saw it the other way.
Eagles leading 28-24, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the first half. Ball goes deep to Allen with a left-hand dribble, finds Robinson. Robinson with a left-hand jumper, no good. Battle for the boards, knocked out of bounds.
Again, number 32 for Glen Mills, you know his name, I don't, but he was planted in that lane. I wish they would start noticing that 3-second violation.
Well, almost stolen. There's Robinson on the drive, left-hander up, and good. They've kept Robinson in check so far. Here comes Simmons on the dribble, breaks the press easily, finds Flowers. Flowers goes deep to Simmons, and so far the Eagles have handled the press very well tonight. Simmons on the dribble, 1:40 left in the first half. Eagles by 2. Simmons over to Thompson, outside to Simmons. Coming across to Flowers, looks underneath, finds Mayers. Mayers deep to Simmons. There's the 3. Around, no good. And it's Epps on the rebound, coming up court. Epps with a left-hand dribble. Finds Allen with a fake, left-hand drive, underneath, comes out. There's the battle underneath, no good. There's the ball taken away by Mayers. Mayers gives up to Flowers. Flowers on the dribble. Walking call on Flowers.
But I think what the ref missed was Flowers having a hand go right down his face. But I like the way Mayers got that ball off to Flowers. He didn't try to keep it and take it down himself.
Bumosky back in for Glen Mills. Robinson sat down. Another good move this time. Here comes Epps with the ball over to Bumosky. Bumosky to Cavilion. Ball almost stolen. Norristown press taking its toll. There goes Epps on the move. Epps with a jumper. No good. Around. Battle underneath. Ball is saved by Epps. Up high. Almost stolen by Flowers.
Almost. And Norristown is trying to keep 5 players on the paint there under the basket and just force Glen Mills to shoot it from the outside.
48 seconds left in the first half. Eagles still by 2, 28-26. Ball in the hands of Bumosky for Glen Mills. Inside to Crowley. Crowley with a jumper around, no good. Ball blocked, rebound controlled by Cavilion. Up high, no good. Rebound Bumosky, no good. And Evans up to get the rebound.
And you can see the number of shots Glen Mills is getting at that
Simmons to Flowers, looks at the clock, over to Simmons, and you can bet the Eagles are going to hold for the last shot. Over to Simmons. Simmons to Thompson. Thompson outside to Simmons. Simmons holding the ball deep. Glen Mills now tries to go. There goes Thompson.
And I suppose they want Thompson to take the shot.
10 seconds left, over to Simmons.
They got Thompson in the corner.
Flowers on the drive, all the way up. No good. Rebound battle. Thompson shot up. Yes, he's got it.
Off the backboard with a second left.
And at the end of the first half, the Norristown Eagles, led by Jeff Thompson, who is having his best first half of the year.
And Jim, although Norristown is winning by 4, Cresswell can't be that happy because they should be up by perhaps 10 if they made those little shots underneath. But as I said, when you know you're going up to the basket and there's a guy behind you who's 6 inches taller than you are, you think about that, and it's tough. I don't envy the Norristown big men tonight.
I think it's a good sign, Frank, that this is what happened. He's got to feel a little bit pleased in the sense that he knows he's going to get some scoring from the rest of the players. We've seen this all year long, how the scoring is evenly divided. You hope that Thompson gets hot, but once the other players start scorching the twine, the Bulls are going to have to make some defensive adjustments. They're going to have to go in and try to take Thompson out of the game.
The man I would like to see make a couple outside shots at this point is Flowers. I think he needs a couple to get his confidence back, and I hope he comes out the second half and can make a couple of those 10-foot jump shots.
Something very similar to the first half of the Chester game. Binky Johnson has been kept in check. And you remember he burst out with 12 points in the second half of that Chester game. And if he can do the same thing tonight, again, that has got to really help us, and it will be a positive sign. Once again at halftime, Eagles 30, Bulls 26. We will be back with Glenn Martin and the halftime statistics in just a moment.
Hello, I'm Glenn Glen Martin here with the halftime statistics for the Glen Mills Battling Bulls. Alonzo Goldston with 5 points, 2 rebounds. Charles Robinson with 4 points, 2 rebounds. Bob Cavillion, their leading scorer, with 7 points and 2 rebounds. Also leading scorer Mike Epps with 7 points and 2 rebounds. The rebounding in the game, 22-16 in favor of Norristown. Free throw shooting, 3 for 7 for Glen Mills, less than 50%. 7 for 10 for Norristown, which is 70%. 3-point shooting, Glen Mills 1 for 6, Norristown 1 for 4. Your leading scorers for Norristown Eagles, Jeff Thompson has over half their points, 17 points, 2 rebounds. Dana Binky Johnson, 2 points, doing a good job on the boards with 4 rebounds. Howard Flowers, a quiet night, but some tenacious defense. He has 2 points. Priest Ramsey with 4 points and 2 rebounds. He's struggling underneath tonight. Mike Evans with 2 points and 6 very, very tenacious rebounds. And Rich Mayers coming off the bench to add that spark with 7 rebounds. Also, Lewis Simmons with a big 3-pointer and 1 rebound. Your halftime score, 30-26 in favor of the Norristown Eagles. Please stay tuned for an exciting second half.
Okay, we're back here for the second half. Ball will be thrown in very shortly. Norristown Eagles once again ahead 30-26. And Frank, Eagles by 4, 16 minutes away from the District 1 championship.
Well, Jim, the Eagles know they can win this game. They know they can play with them, and that's important. What they need, though, is they need to give Thompson some help on the scoring. Evans was open quite a few times for that little jump shot. He's going to have to start taking it.
Both teams have returned with their starting lineups. Here we go. Allen on the ball, over to Bumoski. Bumoski to Allen, looking for Cavillion. There's Flowers outside covering him. Cavillion on the move, comes deep to Bumoski. Bumoski back to Cavillion, almost stolen. Ball control, Bumoski tries to control, knocks it out of bounds. It will be the Eagles' ball. If you remember in the second half at the Palestra, Glen Mills put full court pressure on, and Plymouth Whitemarsh came unglued, and Glen Mills got back in the ball game. Let us hope that that doesn't happen in Norristown. There goes Johnson on the dribble across to Flowers. Over to Johnson on the left-hand side. Over to Flowers. Flowers fakes the jumper, goes cross court. Ball almost stolen by Bumoski, and that's just the kind of pass you don't want to throw.
That's right, Jim. That's where Plymouth Whitemarsh got killed. The Glen Mills players have arms that are too long and they're too quick to make those long cross-court passes.
There goes Johnson on the drive, underneath to Evans. Tried the bounce pass. Ball comes outside to Johnson to Flowers. Flowers over to Johnson. Johnson to Thompson. Thompson fakes the jumper on the move, comes around to Johnson. Over to Flowers. Flowers to Ramsey. Ramsey way off. Ball controlled by Cavillion. And that's exactly what you don't want, a bad shot, to hold on to the ball.
Jim, they're trying to get the ball underneath, and I don't think they're going to do it. They can't expect to do it against a team that tall.
Golston misses, ball blocked by Ramsey.
I thought there was a walk there, Jim.
No good, and there's an over-the-back foul on Robinson, and that is his 3rd foul, and there's a big factor.
But I thought Golston definitely walked on that. He shuffled his feet. The ref missed it.
Robinson getting that foul in the first minute and a half of the 3rd quarter, and Glen Mills needs him in the game for rebounding and for scoring from underneath.
Now, Jim, they're doing a 2-2-1 press now, where the first half they did a 1-2-2 press, which is a little different.
Here comes Flowers with the ball. This is what they did. Norristown finds Evans. Evans smart, doesn't throw it away. Back to Evans on the drive, underneath. Ball blocked that time by Golston.
That last play is where Evans was open for that little 8-foot jump shot, and he was afraid to take it.
Here goes Johnson on the fast break. Johnson on the dribble. Coming back out, smart move, slows it up, in, finds Evans, Evans underneath, up with the ball, good. Mike Evans, assist Binky Johnson.
And Evans needed that one. I hope he gets some confidence back on that shot.
32-26, there goes Cavillion, nobody picking him up. And Norristown did not give up many easy baskets in the first half. Here comes Johnson on the dribble, all the way down, all the way on the move, and now we have a foul, looks like it's going to be on Golston. Cavillion with 9 points now for Glen Mills. Thank you to Glenn Martin, keeping me up to date. First foul on Golston, and you'd like to see him get in foul trouble also. Pinky Johnson to the line, 2 shots, Eagles up by 4. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left here in the third quarter. First shot is up and good. Eagles by 5 in the early going of the second half.
Pinky looked a little worried on that, like it wasn't going to go in, but it just made it over the front of that rim.
Johnson ready. In the background, you can hear the Glen Mill fans, but they're off to the side this time instead of behind the basket, which makes a big difference.
Yeah, thank God they aren't close to the court.
You're not looking. There goes Allen on the dribble, breaks the press, coming down, going all the way. Ramsey over, shot is no good. Going to be controlled by Flowers. Flowers on the dribble, coming down court, back outside, over to Johnson. Smart play, Howard Flowers. There goes Johnson. Johnson on the drive, all the way up. He's got it.
Beautiful play by Pinky Johnson.
Norristown 36, Glen Mills 28. Eagles by 8, and Mike Epps up off the bench for Glen Mills, and he's the man who came in and sparked. There goes Allen, ball blocked. There goes Ramsey. Ramsey on the dribble. Ramsey all the way, stops with a jumper up, no good. Ramsey on the rebound with a fake, goes up, no good. And
now that's where Ramsey should have thrown the ball out. He had no help under the boards there.
There goes Golston underneath with a layup and makes it. Eagles not getting back. Eagles by 6, 36-30. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And Ramsey still looks tight. He's having some trouble. There goes Thompson, fakes the jumper, comes deep to Johnson up above the key. Johnson on the drive, on the move, ball is up, he's got it! Foul
giving him
by
the shot.
Allen. Eagles by 8. Mike Epps quickly off the bench, coming in, replacing Bumaski. That's Pinky's 8th point. Louis Simmons off the bench. And going out for Norristown is Mike Evans. This is a little smaller Norristown team, a team that should have a little more trouble.
Yes, and I'm surprised they're leaving Ramsey in there.
Johnson foul shot up, around, no good. Golston up high for the rebound. Be interesting to see how Norristown can fare on the boards here. Ball in the hands of Epps. Epps with a left-hand dribble up court. Outside to Cavilion deep, over on the right. Ball coming back to Allen. Allen over to Cavilion. Cavilion for 3. Very short. Ramsey on the rebound. Finds Johnson. Johnson not going to waste any time coming down. Might be smart to slow it down. Over to Simmons. Simmons on the right-hand dribble up top to Johnson. Johnson to Thompson. Thompson with a ball partially blocked that time by Golston. And it's clear that they've made an adjustment on Thompson. They are not going to let him shoot. Here comes Epps with the ball. Ball blocked, taken away. Ramsey battling. Jump ball,
but
possession
Jim,
arrow favored Norristown.
But there was another example, Jim. Golston for Glen Mills was in that lane for well over 3 seconds, and the ref missed it.
Possession arrow favors Norristown. And Cresswell right on top of things, realizing that Ramsey's getting a little upset. It gives him a little bit of time to sit down on the bench to cool off. Richard Mayers, number 23, in. There is a timeout for Glen Mills. 4 minutes and 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Eagles have stretched their lead to 8, 38-30. And Frank, smart move on the part of Cresswell, getting Priest Ramsey out of that game, not taking any chance that he's going to do something careless in there.
I suspect what Glen Mills is going to do is try a little different type press. They have about 3 different kinds of presses they use, and I suspect they know the one they're using isn't quite working well. They're going to use another type. And I also suspect that every time Thompson gets the ball, he's going to have a hand in his face because he's the one that's been hurting them.